Color TV. Color TV, machiegni pacho, ma e odwa.
En kanyo tarik 31 dwe no mano mar adek higa 2026. Ageno ni en kare janeno mano mar Color TV kendo wang' jowi mano mar kara osebedo kata kelo mor kamora mora ma inene. Gie sani antiere kae mar mondo mi akelni weche manyien mago mag machiegni pacho. Gin wechego mowuok achiel kachiel e mesawa mano mar kawo weche manyien. Kata kamano kamae kaka ne wamiyogi pek odiochieng' ma kawuono. Kweth mobalo gi piny owacho chayo okumba mano mar SHA bende gikoyo ni itiyo godo e kawo pesa mathoth kuom oganda jo Kenya.
They be provided with 800 million Kenya shillings to create a new system.
Ogai mar okwach kich Mohamed Amin oyango ni ne nitiere fuok mago mathoth mabende ne obedo kaluwore kod ringre mago mabende romo 33 mane oyudi e bugo Makericho.
Exercise conducted on March 24, 2026, pursuant to court.
Johala kwano lala bang' kane umuk kuondegi mago mag ohala.
Nilikuja hapa saa 10. Somo kwa nilikuja saa 10 hapa nikapata soko imeanguka yote. Na sisi kama vijana
Kamora mora maintie yena mar mondo mia mose ni misawa kenda ruaki ni machiegni e yudo wechego mago manyena mag machiegni pacho. Nyinga Nelly Achieng ndine jaloko mara Bella Achieng. Wayudo kanyo ni jalob jatend piny Kenya ma pacho kae Kithure Kindiki owuok kendo kwayo jombetrego mago mag piny Kenya mar mondo mi gitema gigo debe ne piny Kenya ka gilande kaka pinyno mano mabende nitiere kod thuolo mago mathoth mago mag keto mwandu kaachiel kanyo no mano mabende oganda mag okokono nyalo timo e ohala mopogore opogore kaluwore ni migepe mago mantiere pacho kae gin mago mantiere kare. Ne oloso e romogo mano kata e romono mano mar jombetre mano mar 19 mabende ne obagi bore Nairobi kocha odiochieng' ma kawuono.
A lot of hope in you. You are the biggest human resource asset that we have to help the world partner with Kenya. Because this transformation we are talking about, we cannot do it by ourselves. Why? Because going into the future, we will of course have a role to play as a country. But more with the kind of resources we need, despite the strides we are making, we need investments, we need capital injection, not necessarily from donor money or money from other governments, but private sector investments. For example, the dream to the first world, initially we need 5 trillion. We will not raise the entire 5 trillion ourselves. We just need to raise a fraction and crowd in private investments.
Eweche mago mamoko wayudo kanyo ni duola mano mar governors odiochieng' mano ma kawuono ne ogolo pachgi e nyim Senate e windicho mano mabende piny owacho mamalo osebedo kandhiyo gi godo e pacho kae kinde ka kinde magitimore e seche mabende odiochieng' mano manyoro ne ogol chik mar mondo mi ondhi governor mano ma kaunti ma Nairobi Johnson Sakaja ma itudo kod kata mar mondo mi ochiw ler e wiyono mano mabende osebedo ka otiyo kod omenda mago Uganda.
Number 2, it's not only CPAC that oversights finances, even CPIC, the County Public Investment Committee, also looks at the finances of counties. and we continue to appear. In fact, a lot of the other sectoral committees also question us about expenditure with respect to those sectoral, with those sectors, be they health or education or agriculture, and we continue to appear. So what we are raising is the conduct of these 4 senators, which conduct is not befitting of anyone holding the high office of a senator, and it is not out of the blue that a full council of governors meeting zeroed in on that committee and on those 4 senators. What was the other question? I hope I've answered all of them.
The political solution.
The political solution. I think every stakeholder is seized of this matter. In fact, the second letter that I wrote, where I buttressed that we will not appear until we are heard, because we have a right to be heard under the Constitution of Kenya. You cannot tell us about subsidiary laws that require us to be summoned, but you are denying people at that level of seniority in this country coming together, asking to be heard. Actually, every Kenyan has a right to be heard. That you can't hear 43 out of the 47 governors of Kenya. So the ball is in the court of the leadership of Senate. And in that second letter, I actually copied the Chief Justice, I copied the Ombudsman, the EACC, the DCI. I know what I was doing. Kuna swali lingine, my friend, with respect to that matter? Yes? Saidio, yes, sir.
You talked about collective agreement on this issue.
Yes.
But you see other governors still appearing before the Senate committee. How do you reconcile the two positions? Secondly, and lastly, if you're clean, why give in to this extortion and other gimmicks that you're saying that they are extorting?
Now, I said 43 out of 47 governors, which is a super majority of the council, were comfortable to append their signature to the contents of that memo. Some of the governors who appeared didn't even sign that memo, but when they went there, they still refused to prosecute the agenda in solidarity with the 43.
Kapodwa rango mana weche ma kamago wayudo kanyo ni gavana mano ma county ma Nairobi Johnson Sakaja oyango ni okobichopo e nyima komiti mano mar od buch Senate kapok owinji ng'ura mago mabende governors nitiere godo ma ochop gi kare kata otiek moko kuom ng'ura ma kamago. Ka ne uloso e windicho mare ne oyango ni ne onge pacho e kindego mago mabende obira ne manye mar mondo mi ondhiye ka otenore kod chika mano ma bende ne ogola mar mondo mi ondhiye kod obilago.
First of all, I am a very law-abiding citizen. I think I have come to this Senate more than anybody else. This year alone, more than 6 times. Last year, more than 10 times. I have come to answer audit queries from 2015. My predecessors came only once each. Yeah? From 2022, I have answered audit queries from 2015, where I was an MP. I was not even the governor. I have answered all the queries for the second administration, when the governor was different, when I was a senator, until this last one, where the COG themselves had a position saying that because of these outstanding issues, where they have claimed extortion, they've claimed intimidation, etc., let us wait until those are resolved. I think as a leader, what for me is imperative, first of all, is to make it very clear, yeah, that accountability is extremely important. But accountability must be done in the right.
To bende kweth mano ma ubalo koda piny owacho ka hotel negi koda mulo Rigathi Gachagua owuok oko kendo gikwedo okumba manyien mano mar thieth mar SHA ma bende giwacho ni en okumbano mano ma bende kawo kata miyo oganda jo Kenya ting' mapek ka otenore kod wechego mago mag thieth e pacho kae. Ne giyango ni to kare okumba mano machon mano mar NHIF to chal mano ma bende ne miyo oganda jo Kenya yot. Wechegi ne giwacho Achieng ma kawuono kama bende ne gitiyo koda ka thuolo maket koda mano mar yango moko kuom kembe mago ma bende giwacho ni osebedo ka muonyo omenda mag oganda jo Kenya.
Jokanyo mag kwethno mabalo gi piny owacho kane twak e gwenge mawuote e kaunti ma Makueni motelo ne limbe margi odiochieng' mar ariyo kama otelnegi kod Rigathi Gachagua noseyo jatend piny Kenya moluor William Samoei Ruto ka gitude kod chuogo okumba thieth masani mano SHA kaka yono mar miyo gi thuolo mar kwalo pes jopiny kama bende ne gidok ne okumba thieth machon NHIF magilero ni ne onge kod fuok moro amora mane inyalo timie mibadhi.
Before the launch of SHA, NHIF had proposed that they be provided with 800 million Kenya shillings to create a new system, to upgrade the system that they had, to make it compliant to the present times. Instead, William Ruto, with a scheme to loot funds from the people of Kenya, scrapped off NHIF and brought SHA. And a system was procured at a cost of 104 billion Kenya shillings.
Bende ne gikone okumba thieth no mar SHA en mano manochuogi kod riwruoge mag kembe mathoth pacho ka maduto ni kod pok mekgi malach kama ne gitudo kambi achiel mitayo kod jatend migawo mar thieth mano migosi Aden Duale.
Consortium, there was Apero Limited with 59.85% shares. This Apero is associated with Adani. Then Safaricom Kenya Limited, 22.56%. Then Convergence Network Solutions Limited with 17.89%. Aden Duale did ask me to provide details from the registrar of companies showing that his name is not there. He thinks Kenyans are full. His name cannot be there. Abdullahi Abdi Sheikh is the same with Aden Bare Duale. They are one and the same.
Kwethno bendo koni kata chenro mag SHA mitayo lony manyasani en mano ma pisi mare ni oko mar piny Kenya kendo kone ma omenda mathoth mag SHA mag jo Kenya ikwale ka gikoni kata mano osiptende matiyo kod SHA pacho ka bende koro ni pok oyudo omenda gi kaluwore ni piny owacho yako omenda go e pinje maoko.
The server for this system is hosted in the United Arab Emirates. In fact, SHA has no IT department. IT experts from the defunct NHIF were relocated to Dubai, where they are running this system. And it's a shame that hospitals have rendered services to patients across the country have not been paid. And they are owed billions of shillings. But this company owned by Duale is paid on the 2nd of every month. So what we are saying is that SHA was never conceived to be a program to help the people of Kenya. It was a conduit to steal funds from the people of Kenya.
Migosi Justin Muturi otieko ka koni Laktar William Samoei Ruto koro ni bende dwaro mondo kaw kar thieth ma Nairobi mondo miye yot e medo nyodho omenda mag SHA.
The moment Kenyans and the Auditor General raised a flag about those very tiny things that were being paid for in Mandera, in Wajir, that never existed. It's no wonder then that attempts are being made to acquire Nairobi Hospital, so that now even if you are told huge sums of money are being paid in Nairobi Hospital, you will not question.
Fellow Goblizo Cheng, Kala TV.
E weche mago mamoko wayudo kanyo ni ogai mano mar okwach kich e pacho kae moluor Mohamed Al Amina yango ni kaluwore kod ringre 33 mago ma bende ne oyudi e Bure County mano ma Kericho. Ne nitiere fuok e wi kaka jogo ne otho. Fuonde mago ma bende ne oyudi kaachiel kod kwan mago mag nyithindo mago ma bende ne otho e seche mani kunyo ringre makamago. Olero ni nonro ibiro timo matut e wachno kaachiel kod nono gino ma bende ne okelo tho mago mag nyithindo go.
Exercise conducted on March 24th, 2026, pursuant to court orders and under the direct supervision of the Office of the Chief Government Pathologist, represented by Dr. Richard Njoroge and Dr. Donna Nyamunga, together with my DCI forensic team, yielded 33 bodies instead of the 13, which comprised of 8 adults and 25 fetuses, plus 6 additional body parts. And these body parts were conclusively identified as amputation specimens, including fragmented tibias, tarsals, and cables. This represents, ladies and gentlemen, a significant and highly suspicious and authorized disposal of additional human remains, and thereby raising strong concerns about concealment, concerns about irregularities in mortuary management, and possible criminal conduct in the handling and disposal of the dead bodies.
Johala magoma thotha magoma bende timo hala ichiro mano magikomba bore Nairobi kocha sani tokoro kwano lala mano mathoth banka bende tend county ma Nairobi ne muko kondigi magomaga timo hala bang ndalo 14 mano mabende ne omigi mar mondo migi dar kondego ne oserumo. Johala go kwayo piny owacho mar mondo mikoro to sani ochiwnegi kanyo no mabende ginyalo kete kondegi magomaga timo hala kagisemuko wirani osebed ka imuko kondegi magomaga timo hala kuoma ndalo mago mathoth. Wachno ne osira kod moluora Babu Owino.
Nilikuja hapa saa 10. Sema kweli nilikuja saa 10 hapa nikapata soko imeanguka yote. Na sisi kama vijana hii ndio soko inatulea. Naona. Mimi niko na duka buruburu ya Meritiano sneakers. Mimi nachukua viatu pea mingi sana hapa. Hapa serikali tuangalia sisi mavijana. Unajua mavijana wengi ndio wanachukua viatu kwa kiuza mtaani, unaona? Serikali tuangalie. Mimi tangu asubuhi hii ndio nimepata. Hii ndio nimepata mweshi. Unaona? Afadhali serikali tuangalie.
Naitwa Achieng. Sisi ni wafanyikazi wa hapa Kikomba, na Kenya tungependa kusema Ruto amebomoa ya kutosha. Ingekuwa tumepewa sasa tungekuwa tumeenda. Na Ruto amebomoa ya kutosha. Kikomba ni 16 acres. Anatupatiaje ya quarter acres? Anatupatia quarter acres tuende wapi? Sasa tunasema hivi, Ruto amebomoa ya kutosha. Vijana wamechoka, wamama wamechoka, watu wanahangaika.
Jotelago magoma kwedo piny owacho mano United Opposition owuok kendo gikwedo okang' mano mager muko mabende apisas mago bila ne omuko kondego mago mag timo ohala e kar timo ohala kata ichiro mano magikomba mabende giwacho ni en gino maracha mokalo. Ne otelnegi kod ogai mano mar Wiper Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua kaachiel kod Eugene Wamalwa. Giyango ni ketho mwandu jo Kenya ok en gino mano manitiere kare kendo ber ka bende jogo matimo ohala ma mwandu gi ne okethigo ber ka ochulgi.
We are very disturbed by what is coming out of our capital city. The demolitions at 4 o'clock at Kikomba Market are inhuman, they are disheartening, and we condemn them unreservedly. Why on earth would you want to disturb people at 4 o'clock in the morning if you are doing anything lawful? And yet we remember it was at that same Kikomba where William Ruto the other day went and said he was putting their market. So this inhuman treatment of Kenyans by an uncaring administration of Kenya Kwanza needs unreservedly to be condemned. We stand with the people who are affected. We will insist on compensation and whatever.
And we ask him, William Ruto, we know, we understand your frustration that Kenyans want to send you home to be a one-term president. But why are you at war with the Kenyans? You are at war with the Kenyans. Why do you release policemen and other people with such vicious brutality in the middle of the night to persecute the people of Kenya? The purported arrest of Sakaja was diversionary. It was a red herring. It was meant to divert attention as cruel and inhuman actions were being planned by William Ruto and the police. I want to ask the traders to take heart and to appreciate that, difficult as things are, our day is coming. And we have a date with William Ruto next year on the 10th of August. And we must put an end to these inhuman and brutal acts against innocent Kenyans.
We got very sad news about what happened in Gikomba last night. As lawyers, we know that certain operations, including enforcement of court orders, must be done within specified hours. They cannot be carried out during ungodly hours. We saw what happened in Gikomba yesterday. We saw what happened at Dari, Honorable Tuju's place, people raiding private property at 3 o'clock, very ungodly hours. And all this points out, apart from what happened at Nairobi Hospital, a private enterprise being taken over by so-called Petron, all this points out to the need to reset this nation and set our feet back on the path of the rule of law and constitutionalism. That cannot happen as long as William Ruto is president. That is why we're all saying he must be one term so that we get our country back on.
Agamo moya kideny mokongo janeno mar Kala TV kikidhi mabora bang' kinde machoka dogo kae kod weche mamoko mathoth.
Get ready to elevate your business and any other commercials when you advertise with us. We are not just a channel. We are your gateway to the peak, for we give you the precision and desire to your commercials. Let us be your partner in success, broadcasting your message to thousands of our viewers. Contact Kala TV today and let's make the magic together.
Tok bedo kod odiochieng' marabora e sikunde ka iduogo pacho, yud thuolo mar kweyo pachi kendo bedo gi mor e chenro mar Bang School. Chenro mar Bang School chakore sa 10:30 mamidhiambo nyaka sa 11 mamidhiambo. Kama inene katun mamori, ipuonjori weche mathoth, ibedo kod mor gi nyiero motimo Cathedral. Kik bai, Bang School, chenro manigi mor lilo ne nyithindo duto. Kala TV, machiegni pacho ma e odwa.
I've fallen and I can't get up!
Machiegni kendo wadhi nyime. Wayudo kanyo ni jotelo mago mabende wuok e gwenge mag Western masiro broad-based sa ka otelnegi kod Moses Wetangula, Frank Kibet kaachiel kod Jod Buche mago mopogore opogore mag nosingo mano mar biro siro lwedo jatend piny Kenya William Ruto e lek mare mano mar bedo jatend piny kendo kadi ka obio bag yiero higa mano manyien. Negisingo kata negiwacho ni jatend piny Kenya William Ruto osebedo kachwalo chenro mago mopogore opogore mago mag dongruok e gwengego mago mag Western, gino mabende giwacho ni osebedo kamoro ganda makono kendo koro ber ka gisiro jatend piny Kenya.
Najua Mungu ako na sababu kwamba kiongozi wa taifa ametoka ng'ambo hiyo, na pia kuna sababu ingine Mungu anataka kiongozi pia atoke ng'ambo hii. Nataka mzoe kwamba hii urafiki tuko na nyinyi isije ikawa urafiki ya 2 term peke yake. Nataka iendelee ipite 2 term, na kwa sababu mheshimiwa ameleta maendeleo, hiyo ndio inafanya mnasema 2 term. Ni 2 term ama sio 2 term? Mheshimiwa wenu ni mtu anapenda mambo ya maendeleo. Elimu haiwezi kwenda mbele na barabara mzuri kama hakuna kiongozi mbunge ako na akili ya kusimamia mambo ya elimu.
Sisi watu ya Mlembe tunamezea hiyo kiti namba 2 mate. Hata huyo ametosha jamani. Kila mtu avute kamba akirudisha kwake. Kila mtu avute kamba akirudisha. Sisi tulisema kama chama cha ODM tunaenda kwa kura ijayo 2027 tukiwa na muungano na UDA. Sasa mimi hapa, mimi ndio representative ya broad base. Mkiniona, meona. Hiyo mzee wangu wote ni watu ya broad base. Na wacha niwaambie, kama uko hapa na hutaki kuingia broad base, mimi nitapita na wewe. Nitapita na wewe. Because hii watu ya Lugari wanataka magorofa, si ndio? Wanataka lami, si ndio?
Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya ni mmoja, Mheshimiwa William Ruto. Na akawaomba mpigie Ruto. Mumesahau ama bado tuko hapo? Nataka nione wale bado tuko nao kwa Mheshimiwa Ruto. Tingiza vidole, tingiza. Basi, mshikilie huo mwelekeo na mjue kwamba Papa wa Roma yuko hapo. Ukipigia nabii, upigia rais, bila shaka umesupport Papa wa Roma Mheshimiwa Moses Masika Wetangula. Mutasahau Wetangula?
Kwa sababu ukiwa kiongozi, hiyo si kazi yako, ni kazi ya wananchi. We are public trustees carrying responsibility for you. Na hakuna mwananchi anatupigia kura kututuma kutukana na watu. Ndio tunaambia wale wa kabila ambao kila wakati, nimesikia mmoja akisema huko Nairobi, hizi shule za national ziko kwetu, hatutaki watoto kutoka area zingine. Those schools were built by national resources from everywhere, including hapa Western. Sasa tuna haki watoto wetu kwenda Alliance, kwenda Mangu, kwenda shule hizo zote. Vile watoto kutoka kule wanakuja kusoma Kamsinga, wanasoma Chavakali, watasoma hapa Chekalini, wanasema Lugulu, watasoma shule zetu upande huu. That is how to build Kenya. Ndio tunawarai na kuwaomba wenzetu, tafadhali wachana na siasa ya ukabila. Rais Ruto ile kazi anatufanyia hapa, vile anajenga dual carriage hapa, ameweka bilioni 100 kupanua barabara salami kule Northeastern yenye imesahaulika. Ameweka pesa kupanua roads in Central Kenya. Ameweka pesa kupanua roads in Nyanza. Ameweka pesa kupanua roads Coast Region. Ameweka pesa kule Turkana. Hata barabara kutoka hapa Eldoret paka Kitale, paka Kapenguria, paka Turkana. Wameweka 18 billion ya aid.
Tobende Uganda no wokoko mar dhi nyime mar ndikore kaka jolutombolo e kuonde mopogore opogore pachokae. E kaunti mano Nakuru, rowere ne wokoko moloyo to mago mabende otisore ni niko kadi mar mondo mi giwuothi e kuonde go duto te ma indike Uganda mar mondo mi gijiw rowere kaachiel kod oganda mamoko mondo mi ondikre kaka jolutombolo ne ikruok ne yiero maduong' ma higa manyien.
Hapa Nakuru pia tunatembea different boards na different centers because tumeanza mass voter registration. So tutakuwa tukitembea Kanu Street kule town, tutakuwa tukitembea Nakuru West kuhamasisha vijana wachukue kura na wachukue kadi because tuna register na Mbogi because vijana walikuwa wamepewa kuna kitu apathy. Kuambiwa hata mkipiga kura itawasaidia. Watu walienda kwa streets wakauliwa na watu wengi walikuwa wanatafuta bullet revolution. So many people did not believe in democratic way of expressing themselves. So sasa ndio kwa maana tuko hapa kuactivate so that we know we will only have a new generation of voters of leaders when we have a new generation of voters and the youth and the young people are in the center of this.
Huwa tunasema walemavu lazima pia wachukue kura, ni lazima.
tuko milioni mingi hapa hii Kenya, na tunasema ya kwamba hata kama sisi ni walemavu, kura zetu hazina ulemavu. So why not include us? And that's what niliwaambia, tuko kadi group movement, and walitupokea sana. Tuko hapa pia walemavu ambao tunachukua kura, na wataendelea kufanya hivyo across the country in the deaf community. So hizo maswali zote tunauliza hapa IBC, and I'm playing my oversight role pia kama senator. Hii ni kazi yangu, representation, legislation na pia oversight. So nakuja hapa pia kuangalia na kuuliza haya maswali, ndio nirudi nazo Nairobi kwa Senate. Pia tuweke statement kwa floor of the house, tuseme is IEBC really ready to include PWDs kwa hii mambo yote ya elections next year.
Tuko na kadi nyingi sana, na kama wanasema litazimwa, tutakuja na tutawasaidia kuziwasha wakizima. So kitu nasema ni tuko hapa Nakuru kuhamasisha vijana kujisajili kama wapiga kura katika Nakuru. Tumekuwa Nairobi, tumekuwa Kirinyaga na tumekuwa eneo mingi, lakini hatujakuwa Nakuru. Hili ni kusema kuwa tuko kadi ama vuguvugu la tuko kadi sila Nairobi. Sasa tuko kadi mashinani, tuko Nakuru. Tukitoka Nakuru tutaenda kwingine. Na kila mahali ambapo tunaenda tunataka vijana wajitokeze kama wapiga kura. Vijana wajitokeze, maana siku zao za usoni litaamuliwa ama zinategemea kura ambazo watapiga mwaka ujao. So kitu tunasema ni kuwa kama wewe ni kijana na bado hauna kadi, unaangusha vijana wenzako.
Yena mondo mia yenga gikanyo janeno mar Kala TV erokamano kuom kawo thuolo mari kendo neno weche manyien mago machiegni pacho. Omolo kanyo saa 3 tabiro duogo kae koda ng'end weche. Oriti masani nyinga Nelly Achieng ndine jaloko mara Bella Achieng.